we are back. So today we are working on Ruckard FairValueGap strategy part 2 based on FairValueGap screener from NewFuSam indicator. So last day we've simplified the indicator so that it uses current time frame. We can also try to add a custom option to use a custom higher time frame. But today we are going to focus ourselves in such a way that this function works with the current candle and not the former two ones. Okay, because this is one thing that makes us decide our movements. Our movements are decided after this is needed. Okay, one candle after, and that's not right. So let's check a video and we will start.
Zignaly, all of the profit and none of the work. Best alongside the top digital asset monitors and fans. If you use my link and that pass it at least 100 USDT or more to any profit sharing services, you will be rewarded with $20 worth of non-withdrawable C coins that can be used for paying Zignaly CCS fees.
Okay. Let me see if there is any change to be saved. There is no change to be saved. And let's go back to this function that it's so this function, as you can see, returns a bearish signal or a bullish signal depending on what's the name? Depending on close and low values, okay, and close and high values. But the problem is that by default, this is working with I0, and that means that it's going to compare two candles away and one candle. So two candles before the current one and one candle before the current one. So that means that if I'm not mistaken, we are losing to know what happens in the current candle. So down here we've got the same file, and you can see how this is called here. Okay, so you've got the time frame, which is used to call request security, and then you return bearish and bullish. The problem is that you also return a lot of stuff, which is where this opens, where this is high, where this is low, close, and so on. And these values are saved into the different arrays. So bar index is saved into the array, and you save high to low and low. You save high, low too. Okay. So we need to understand what the hell are these values, because later on also you can see here how stuff it's being compared, and if something happens here, then you remove those values. Okay, and then you also can check if this is inside an fair value gap, so that you've got you are inside the bull or you are inside the bear. Okay. that's a bit what we want to understand and fix a bit. Maybe we can understand, we can start with being inside fair value gap and work from there. Okay. So what does happen if you are inside a bull? Let me see. So apparently by default you are not inside the bull, and then once you find that you are inside an older section where bull was detected, then you are inside the bull. So what you are sending to this function, which is inside is price inside the book, is which is the type, the old high candle, the old low candle, and then the current high, the current low, and the current close. So you compare low to the old low, and then you've got this fill, which is this is an input, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is an input that we need to replace as an input, now that I'm thinking about it. And this should be used as an in. It would be nice to have this as an option here, because it's better. So basically what you do is you compare the current values to old data. Okay. So if you use what's the name? Yeah, and this is field, you remove it. So basically you compare current data to new one, to the old data. So the variables that we have here, which is this array, and these values should be the current ones, and that's right. So the current ones from this function fbg get mtf data are the current ones. Okay. So what you have here is open and high, which is 0 by default. Okay. So that's right, that makes sense. And this is the same thing. The question is, what are we saving into the arrays so that we can compare here? That's the question. So what the hell do we add to the highs in order to compare later? So in order to compare later, what you are adding here is a high from 2 candles before, and not from 1 candle before. And apparently lows, I don't really understand why. So bullish need to save this lows the other one. This does not make sense at all. Okay, let me check the where the hell? Here you are. Okay, so if you are here, if you are bullish, which is the case here on this candle, what you are going to save is high from 2 candles, which is this. Okay, and you are going to save also low from the current candle. Wait a moment. This is not right. Trying to understand why this is saving. So the question is, what the hell do you want to save into the array? So if I am here, okay, let's think this through. Let's think this through again. So what you want to save into the array is something that later on you can compare to our current candle. Okay, so it's an old low and an old high which you can compare to. Okay, and that's it. So this needs to be bull highs and bull lows. Bull highs and bull lows. Bull high and bull low. Why the hell is 2 the high thing here? And low is the current one. So that we can remove ourselves. I mean, okay. Let's see if this is used anywhere. The 1. That's the thing that I do not understand. So all of these 1 numbers are not used at all. The only names, numbers, the only variables that I use are the 2 ones. Not sure why. Let me open the old script from this guy, from Nearview Sam. And so Does it use one or not? It does not. Let me open the original script which I have. Yeah, this. Wait a moment. What the hell is this? So this is the original one. What I want to check is if H1 and so on it's used at all or not. And if you check it here, this is not used at all. It's not highlighted anywhere. So apparently using 1, it's not a thing, but using 2. Wait a moment. Man, yeah. So using 2 is something that it used. And here we have high 2, low, high, low 2. So it's the same thing. But in any case, it's used 1. That's a good question, why this happens. So according to me, we should use 1 instead of 2. And that's it, because, I mean, doesn't make sense otherwise. So what about if this is filled? So this is 538. Yeah. If it's filled. If it's filled because the values are here, okay. If it's old, we remove it. Okay, if it's old, we remove it. I mean, I think it's better to have a function that is easy old and put stuff here and just, although, I mean, I guess it's okay. So if this is bool, you get this calculus, otherwise you get this other calculus. What more do we have here? Let me see this on the chart. So we have so we are here. No, not here. So we are here, and so we detect that two candles before there was some imbalance. So what we want to save is the high value, the low value from our current candle. Why is that? Not understand. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to use 1 instead of 2 because it makes more sense to me, and then we will see if everything falls apart or not, because I don't want to think too much about this. So we also need to rename some inputs later on. So let's write this down too. Rename some inputs so that they are something. Okay. Let me see how to do this. So what we want to do is basically do not use 2, but use the other ones. So this should be somewhere here. Yeah. So we get all of this, but now instead of saving 2, we save 1. Later on, you just compare to these values here. That's it. Okay, let me see. Is there anything that I use down here? No. Is there anything here that it's used with this stuff? No, it's not. But about bar index? No, it's not. Okay. Let's test this, see if there's something that does not make sense or whatever. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see if we... Let's make a screenshot of what we have here, because I want to compare this to whatever we do right now, so that I can check if anything has changed. So not sure if I have copy and paste. Okay. So now the cell is here on 13 hour, so it should be shown here on the left, maybe. I'm not sure about this. Okay, not sure if this is doing anything. No. Okay, we have managed to what's the name? We have managed to break it. I think that the problem that I have is that for this green stuff to be seen, you cannot wait. You have to wait for the next candle. Otherwise, yeah, that's my problem. I have to wait for the next candle. So maybe this was not. Maybe this is well programmed, and you cannot do anything better. Let's now we know what we think we want to do. Now let's see if it makes sense or not, because I am not sure. So now we are working with what's the name? With low 2 and high 2. Maybe what I want is this low 1 and high 1 till I understand something better what's happening here. Okay, let me go here and revert all of this here. Okay, so now we should see the stuff being shown here. Okay, so let me see. So once this ends, I should be able to print this line, and that's the thing. This is comparing itself to the value. I think we need to change the logic so that it matches what I want to do, and that's it. Otherwise, this is not going to work because I do not understand what is he trying to do actually. Okay, so first of all, being bearish or being bullish is not right. So this is another thing that needs to be changed. So what I was doing before is changing this to save 1 instead of 2 because we want something closer to ours. But then you've got this data that are data from several candles ago, or the same candle, but you've got this wait a moment. Problem is you cannot use -1, otherwise this is not right. So what you can do here is to do not use latest values but current ones to know if you are bearish or bullish. So what you want to do is to remove 1 on each one of these variables here. Otherwise, this does not make sense. And here there is where we find a problem. Because here, high, this is -1. And we don't want. And then there's the bar merge look ahead on. Well, I think we don't want this. We want this to be false because we don't want data from the future. The question is, how the hell do we write this so that it doesn't take into account 2 candles before? Because I don't think it's needed. Okay. Bearish or bullish? Okay, let's undo everything here for a moment. Okay, so this is one. I think we don't have any change right now. Let me check. 1 and 2. Okay, so this has been changed to 1 and 2 because we think it's a good idea. But now let's take a look at the function that makes everything work, which is, I mean, one of them is being what the hell is this? Here, this one. So this function here, it says if you are bearish or not and so on. And I want to understand how the hell this works. Otherwise, I am not sure that I understand anything of this. So let's forget about what we are working on and work on this. So let's remove these indicators and this, also this, what's the name? Let's remove this strategy and let's focus on the stuff and how this is deciding that this is bullish or not and so on. So let's assume that we are here on this green candle, and is there a bearish or is there a bullish fair value gap? So if I'm not mistaken, this is a bullish one. Okay, so why do we know that? So we need to check close value from the previous candle. So wait a minute. Do I have somewhere here? So we are going to work with this candle, okay? So we want to check close from the previous candle, which is down here, okay? And we want to check if it's smaller than the low from 2 candles ago. So yes, it's smaller, okay? And we also want to check if high from previous lower is lower than the low close is smaller, yes, and this high is smaller than low, no. So this is not a bearish one. Okay, now let's go to the next line. Is it close from the previous candle? Is it close? Wait a moment, please. Okay, let's do this again. So the next line, 529. Is this close higher than the high value from here? No, it's not. So this is not bullish. Okay. So let's assume that what you want to work with is not this, but here, this candle. And we know if we are bearish or not in this candle comparing the two previous one. This might make more sense. So here, what you do here is to say, come on, is it close from previous candle less than the low from 2 candles ago? No, it's not. So it's not going to be bearish, okay? So let's check bullish. So is it close from this candle higher than the high from 2 candles ago? Yes, it is. So this is going to be bullish, one condition. What about the second condition? Is the low from here higher than the high from 2 candles ago? Okay, wait a moment. So is it high? No. Is it close from here higher than high from here? Yeah, that's true. That's the first condition. And what about low? Is it low, which is this one here, higher than high from here? It's not. So this is not bullish. Okay, let's see if I have missed something. No. I do not understand how this works at all then. Unless I'm doing this wrong. Yes, I'm doing this wrong. Because the stupid eye is confusing me. Because yes, it's confusing me. If we use I, it goes to the left because it's going to increase everything here, and that's not what we want to do. So let me remove all of this I, which is 0 by default, which is not used here. So let me remove this so that I understand. Then we will play about with it. Here we have only one of this one. What's the name? So I basically can remove I plus from here. I can remove this and nothing will happen. And it's easier for me to understand. And then I can remove I and put 0 because that's the default value. I mean, maybe it will be easier if I specify it like this. Let's start from here. Let's see what happens. Okay. No, not here. Now let's go back here. So now, as you can see, we are returning open, low, close, time, and bar index from the 3 stuff. And we don't care about this I, because I don't think it's useful to add I anywhere here. Maybe in those ones here. So now I'm going to go onto the trading so that it's easier to understand what's happening there, because I was confusing I with 1 and so on, and now it's much clearer. Okay, so let me, where are you? Let me stick this here. Okay. So let's go back to this candle, which is where stuff is being printed out, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Well, not here, but well, anywhere. Anyway, I think this is the place that I want to understand manually. So here I want to understand manually what happens and if it makes sense or not. I mean, yeah, probably I want to understand this one. I am not sure. So is it, let's check if this is a bearish gap or not. Okay, so bearish candle or not, bearish gap or not. So is it close lower than low from 2 candles ago? Well, close is here. Is it low than low from here? No, it's not. So this is not bearish. Let's take a look at bullish. The question is it this is the close higher than high from 2 candles ago? Yes, it is. So this is true. And the other question is it the current low higher than high than 2 candles ago? No, it's not. So this is not bullish. But what happens here? What happens when we are in this candle? Let's start again. Is it close lower than, is it close from here lower? Is it close from here lower than this low here? No, it's not. So this is not going to be bearish. Okay, let's see about bullish. Is it close from previous candle higher than high from 2 candles ago? Yes, it is. Is it low from our current candle higher than high from 2 candles ago? Yes, it is. So this is bullish. So basically what's happening here is that we are checking, first of all, we are checking the close from the previous candle here to the high from 2 candles ago, which is here, and this needs to go up. I'm not sure if we can. No, this is not an hour. So this needs to go up. This is one condition. And the other condition is that our current candle low needs to be higher than the highest from 2 candles ago. Sorry. So what we have here is that this two needs to go up, and that means that there's a gap here, a bullish gap that needs to be filled. So in the next candle we decide to go down, but this is not what happens. So first of all, not sure if there's something. Yeah, there's a bullish gap here, which I guess this is drawn from here to the left and then to the right, and we should have a short here. Wait a moment. So once you are here, you should decide to go short on the next candle, not the next one. And this is what we need to fix. So this is working properly, but we need to fix that. You need to enter here. I mean, this should be printed here. Not sure why it's not printed here. Let me see. So after all, you want to work with two candles at the same time. Okay. So let me check one thing. Look ahead on. Let's remove look ahead here, because we don't know anything about this. Let's see if there is any change by changing look ahead, because maybe that's what I'm looking for, so that it works not in the future but in the current. So we have here, let's see if we can move this to the left. Okay, not sure what we have done there. Okay, so we have changed the numbers here, and then we have changed look ahead. But I think I want to save this high 2 and low 2 values. So I don't want to mess around with these values, which were here, if I'm not mistaken. This is, let me remove this. So this is 2 and 2. So the only thing that I'm going to change is this number, so that it's easier to understand, and then look ahead off. So let's copy and paste this, see if we can decide stuff before. So let's select everything here. Okay. Look ahead off. Okay. So we have this thing here, and I don't think we have changed anything here. I mean, we haven't gained anything, but we can begin to work. We understand what's happening here. So what we want to do is to understand what's happening here and do it step by step. So far, what we would need to understand if there is a bearish or not. So right now, what the hell is bull or true? If we are inside a bull or we are inside a bear, that's what we are drawing here. That's not what we want to debug right now. Right now we want to debug if we have managed to find these values, this fair value gap something. Okay, so that's what I want to check. So the question is, how do you print these values? So do we use do we use in a specific plot, or do we just plot the text and that's it? So far we have this up and down stuff. So let me see, what do we have here? So we have these arrows on the top. So we have bull and short. So what we can try to do here is to plot these values here. I mean, this is debug, because otherwise this does not make sense. So what you want to so this is bullish and this is bearish. Okay, so the style, let's see about the style. What's its shape? Let's see, what do we have? Shape cross, level down. Okay, we can use level down and level down. Shape is to plot shape. Shape level down. Const string. Plot shape. Can we input? You can input the title here. So what you want to do here is, this is not right. Okay, anyway, level up, level down. Okay. Location on the bottom. Let's see what happens with title, because I'm not sure. So let's do this test right now. So now we should have something on the bottom, but I'm not sure if this is going to be too long or not. Because, yeah. So I'm waiting to have here something on the bottom that it's useful. Okay. Let's wait for it. So once we have the top arrows, we should have the other ones too. I should optimize this script so that doesn't take so long to work. I mean, I might have a lot of wait a moment. Yeah, I'm just copying whatever was up and now. That's not right. So wait a moment. So what I want to use here is the output here from berries and lowish. So when you work down here, is bullish or not? Okay. What you get about being bearish or bullish is this value. The question is, do we modify this value? We do not modify this value. So I'm going to write down if we are bullish, we have a bullish gap or a bearish gap in that particular candle. If we find it there, okay, that's what I want to do. Because that way I can more or less decide what the hell my code is going to do with this. Otherwise, it's going to do whatever Nephew did, and that's not what we want to do here. Okay, let me see. Here we should have a blue label down here if everything goes right. Okay, now I'm happy. So here I have a blue label. That means that here there's a bullish gap. So if I have a bullish gap, I want to short. And here I have a bearish gap, so I want to long. Okay. So here I have a bearish gap, I want to long. And more or less, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But this is what I want to do. I don't want to do anything of whatever this guy was doing before. So he was comparing to all data, and I'm comparing just with the latest candle. This is a big difference. I mean, maybe we should take into account all data, but even them, I mean, I guess that the maybe the idea is that once you have feel this, you no longer care about this. But I mean, I'm not sure about this. So basically, let's see, what do we have here? So let's add this with an I. So I want this to be used, but then do not want this to be used. So this is going to be something like this function was improved, rewritten, or whatever. Okay. Was rewritten slightly. Okay. So now we have this change about plotting stuff that we don't care too much, because this is about how the hell do you plot gaps. We might plot them later on, but so far we don't care too much. So what I want to do right now is to change the logic so that it makes something similar to what I thought originally I would do. So what you'd want to do, regardless of all of this stuff, is just I don't care if I'm inside a bowl or inside a bear. Yeah, I don't care at all. What I care about is if I am being bullish or not. So in the end, what I want to do is not use this code. I mean, not use this code here, and just have a simple code that it's about using this like this and using this like this. So let me see. So what I want to use, let's bookmark this. So this is 745. What I want to use is the plot here. Let's find the plot. Want to use these two ones. So bullish mean that I want to short. Where is it here? Bullish means that I want to short. Bearish mean that I want to long. And that is that's it. Now we copy, we go here and we save this. Let's see what we see here. And the question is, do we have to wait for this candle to find this? Yes, we have to find this. Nice. So now we find this bullish. Sorry, yeah, we find this bullish gap and we short. And here we find this bearish gap and we long. Let's see if we have anything. Okay, it's not a very good strategy, but the idea is that we want to, let's see if I reset everything here, because I have done some other tests. The idea is that we have some take profit stuff, that this needs to be improved. Then we can have something like a stop loss 0.40 maybe, and take profit turned on and about 0.20. So this is an idea that now should be working better than before, but I am not sure about this. Okay, I guess it seems to work, but it doesn't work at the end. Then I guess we can leave this by default and remove take profit and stop loss or something, and see if there's any change. I mean, yeah, it doesn't help too much, stop loss being big or not. The question is, can we decide to go short here before knowing this candle? That's a question that I have. What I understand is that some of the trades do not recommend to go down if you have filled it from before. So maybe this is what we should take a look at. But now it works with what we have here. So now we see here bearish, you can see here, and more or less works. So we need to remove those ones that are quite small, I guess, because yeah. Then we need to understand also bullish or not bullish, so that this makes more sense. Yeah, this is filter do not use take profit less than something based on a percentage of the gap to be filled. Then you also want to ignore trades if they happen to fill previous gaps, something like that. So right now we have rewritten this to work with these candles, and okay, let me see what more do we have here. Yeah, so now we have this new logic. Okay, if we are inside the bull, maybe you want to go bull. Yeah, me not sure about this. Inside bull, inside bear. Let's write this down here. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to check inside bull and inside bear meanings later on to in order to improve this. So we don't want this, and that's it. So now we only have two ways of deciding if we go short or long, which is those ones here, and sometimes this will overlap or something, but yeah. Okay, so now what we want to do here is to say that we want this new code, but we don't want this one. So we can say logic has been rewritten to immediately this is not right. I think there are the two T's. Immediately. Immediate. No. Okay, with two M's. Immediately. Okay, so let me see. Logic has been to immediately short when a bullish gap is found. Okay, that's it. And vice versa. That's right. And vice versa. Okay. So what I want to do now is to what I want to do right now is to do some stuff with the plots, because I am not sure about this. So I'm not sure if I want to draw them or what to do there. Although it would be nice to draw them there without extending them to the right. Okay, let me see. So let's replace this stuff here. So this should be field type. And this should be the same thing, but with an I also. Okay. Let's save these new settings. Hopefully I haven't hopefully I haven't broken anything. So this is it, this is it, and this is not it. So inputs syntax, inputs naming was fixed. Okay, so now we can focus on showing where the hell the FBG are there. Okay, so what we want to have here is show value gaps. Okay, show value gaps, show decision, show gaps. Okay, so down here we have the plot section, which we can work a bit with this. So what I can do here is to say that these colors are going to be used here. So this is yeah, long color. Yeah, so this is bullish color, and this is going to be bearish color. So bearish is going to be red again, but here I want to use green, let's say, and this needs to be shown or not depending on show value gaps option. Okay, and okay, so now we have to use these new colors. So this should be bullish and this should be bearish, and it's found on the bottom. So now let's test this and we will save it. So now we can save this. Okay. So now we have this green color to say that we have detected a green space here, and here we have detected a red one, and this is the decision that we take. So the decision will be depending on our criteria. Okay, so let's add this. Show decision. So now we can add something like we plot where gaps are found. Okay, so now I'm going to make a version, and maybe we will end the video here. I am not sure. So this is one. This is Halloween. Three and three. Okay, so now I have 3. And so now I can say that I bump version to A3. I have a new tag, which is A3. And we can push this so that we can have it in the video description. Okay, let me find for you this new script. So this is going to be A3. So let's edit the video description and add this here. Nice. So now now we are done, I guess. So we have renamed this test other timeframes too. So we need to find the right take profit basis based on a percentage of the gap to be filled. Do not use take profit less than 0.20% or whatever we use. Not sure if we want to ignore trades if they happen to fill previous gaps. That's something that maybe it makes sense to do. And so this is what we will need to do. So let's take a look at what happens if we test this strategy in 15 minutes, maybe. Because I am curious if it's gonna happen something or not. Okay. So here we have go up, but then we don't go up, and you go down. But about 5 minutes. The other idea is to work with lower time frames and then use higher time frames, you know, to decide to go up or down. But I am not sure. Is it worth it? Anyway, as I say, this needs to be improved with the take profits. Okay, it seems that there's a problem about calculation timing out or not. Let's try 1 hour and we will go back to 30 minutes. Anyway, if it doesn't work, I mean, okay, 30 minutes. What does happen with 4 hours and 1 day and so on? I'm curious to know. By the way, I don't know if we have the full settings or not here. Not sure if I have. Well, let's see what happens with 1 hour with the full settings. Although I think that I already had enough. I already had the full settings. And what does happen with 1 day? Oh, look at this. 1 day works nice. More or less. Take a look at this. Let's try Ethereum, which is a crypto that moves a lot. I'm curious if it's good enough in any of the other time frames. And what about day? Oh, nothing. BTC. I'm not sure if I had how the hell is DJI? Is it something? Dow Jones? Not sure which is the right one. Let's choose this one. This CVD. Can't I add this? Oh, what's the problem here? Want to add this? Okay. Let's click on this. Let's see if there's something useful here. Because those methods are... Wait. Why is there no data? Is it something about the gaps, or is it because the market is not working right now? Is there anything? Well, I am not sure why there is no data about trades or anything. Maybe it's because strategy works with USDT and this is USD. Let's try this. No. Well, this is something that I do not understand. This might be something related to stocks that I do not understand why it doesn't take any decision. Okay. Maybe the problem is this big value, 30, no, because Bitcoin is 32,000. Well, anyway, I guess this can be fixed so that it works properly, but I am not sure why this doesn't not work properly. Okay, let's go back to BTC. Let's check one day. It's the only one that makes a bit more sense, but not too much. Okay, so 1 hour, and we will try to fix the take profit and so on, but this will be another day. Currently, this is not working as expected. So video has A33 version, so that's nice. Yeah, fix some variable's name. I guess it's the and create the strategy based on Ruckard Zignaly template. That's going to be later on, otherwise. Find which is the right take profit, filter, and so on. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. It was nice.